Yo, check, check. Hey. Let's see. Yo, hey, hey. Check, check. There we go. If I'm live, then yeah. Okay, so it looks like we're live. So hello. Hey, guys. Let's see. I'm trying to find the stream as well. I'm going to give you guys a second to get in here. Man, this has been a mess. I'm so sorry, guys. Let's see if I got sound. There we go. All right. Yeah, there's a little bit of a delay. So today we're going to go over the mixes I received for Beat My Mix 2. I'm sorry about the live stream mess. As you guys know, I have been sick since last week, and I'm still getting over it. I should have planned this a little bit better as far as setting up the live stream. So yeah, for Beat My Mix 2, I received something like 16, 17, I don't know, 18 mixes, something like that. It was pretty cool. Let's see here. I'm going to go into OBS and switch you guys over to screen capture. And so tonight I'm going to announce the winner of Beat My Mix 2 and just kind of go over your mixes and give feedback. Right now, I'm the only person on the stream. I know there's been some technical difficulties, so sorry about that. Anyways, so we're going to go over. So I did a poll, right? And you guys voted overwhelmingly, or not overwhelmingly, but it was kind of close for Mix B, which was from Edgar over in Venezuela. I've already got him the Baby Audio plugin bundle. And then Mix A was from Axum Rise or Blaze, the winner of Beat My Mix 1. And so let's just give Mix B a listen, which was Edgar. So you guys heard this mix, especially if you went to the SoundCloud, you've participated in all that. I really like the drum sound he got for this mix. We actually did a couple of rounds of corrections, which whenever you download tracks for Beat My Mix, and we're in that process where we're trying to find a contest winner, you're welcome to submit multiple times, and I will give you mix feedback. At first, with his first mix, with Edgar's first mix, it was a little bit too much hi-hat, and he but also he had a really nice low end on his drums, and so they were very punchy. Let's check out Blaze's mix here. Blaze put such a nice high end on this mix. Bass is very punchy. I really like the way his toms are spread out. Everything's very punchy and open and airy compared to my mix. Mine's a lot darker. Let's hear Blaze's mixing in. It's also just louder at this point. Should have level matched this stuff. So I see I got one other viewer right now. Say hello in the chat. you know, yeah, I'd love to know who it is. We definitely have a community going. So I had like, I don't know, 17 mixes submitted, and I went back and forth with a lot of people with mix corrections, feedback, all that stuff, and it's been really cool just to have that back and forth and getting to know some of you guys. So we'll go back to Mix B here. I'm just kind of stalling at the moment. So this is Edgar's mix. Hey man. What's up, Edgar? Yeah, it's had some technical difficulties with getting the live stream started and all that stuff. So I think some people skedaddled. But at any rate, as Edgar already knows, you're the winner, man. So kudos to you. It was a cool mix, and I got to do a Zoom call with Edgar, and that was really cool. And we got to go over his mix. I'm going to put that out this week as well. I'm going to edit it a little bit and do an intro. So, yeah. So, what's up? So, let's see here. So, yeah, this is Edgar's mix. Yeah, it does. There's some slamming drums, man. And I like the reverbs and everything that it just, there's a lot of nice space in the mix. Everything's slapping. I feel like it's in the vein of my mix. Mine's a little bit more laid back. Yours has a little more aggressive, which is cool. So I'm just going to pretend that there's more people watching, or the people who submitted mixes. So we'll just go through each song here. I got Tim H. Let's check out what he's got going on. I like the kick drum. Cut it close, but this ain't no disaster. It's all tied up with what comes after, and I don't think you understand. The vocals sound pretty good. The only thing I'm hearing is just the snare drum. It's just a little low in the mix. The bass is nice. Let's hear the chorus. Yeah, just the I would say the snare needs a little bit of processing, and yeah, it's overall a pretty good balance. It's cool reverb. Sound good. Yeah, I just wish, yeah, it's not there, you're right. Yeah, I just wish the snare was louder. So, but that's cool though. Thanks for submitting, Tim. Let's go to Marcus here. There's immediately this hum, and I've heard that in a couple of mixes where I don't know if it's from the guitar amp, where maybe I just didn't edit that properly, and when it got heavily compressed, like, yeah, the vocals did sound cool. It was a cool vocal sound. I thought it sounded pretty good for Tim's mix. But yeah, you guys can hear something in the right side. It just sounds like guitar noise, or I don't know what. I didn't have that problem in my mix, but I've heard it in a couple. Cut it close, but this ain't no disaster. It's all tied up with what comes after. A lot of reverb. I don't think you understand. Maybe a little too much. Sometimes I'm locked in a loop and looking all the time just for something to do. And I get stuck in my own mind. If I found a way, you don't gotta love me every day. interesting panning going on with the drums, and then the snare. There again, it needs to be more present, Marcus. And I could hear a little bit more bass as well. Hello to whoever else is watching, for tuning in. It's funny, yeah, so it's cool, Edgar, that you're here, and then I assume it's somebody else I know too. So I appreciate you guys bearing with the technical difficulties. So if you're just joining, Edgar is the winner. His was Mix B. You guys voted for Mix B, and then that was pretty much the one I was going to choose. I did get a comment about the voting and everything, and what if, yeah, too much reverb. I agree, man. We'll go back to that in a sec. I'll make the point that, yeah, somebody commented about the voting and all that stuff, and right now we're just doing it through YouTube, and then ultimately it's Beat My Mix, which Dave Dodson, he made that point to me, and yeah, so I mean, I will pick the winner, but I do take your guys' votes into consideration, and I would like to make it eventually where, you know, we have some place outside of YouTube to vote, but I'm going to try to hold off on stuff like that until we grow the community more. So, but back to Marcus's mix. The background vocals sound good. Yeah, it might just be too much reverb. The snare could be a little bit more, and the bass guitar. We'll go to the bridge, see what that. Yeah, a lot of verb. Could also use a little bit of EQ on the reverb, and just tuck it down some. And I like the kick drum, and I can hear the chamber, the drums chamber. Feels like there's a lot of reverb on everything. Let's see. So I'll say too, this song's snare drums were very hard to mix. For Blackbird, I mean, as you guys know, it was like 16 tracks of drums, and so you had the snare top, the snare bottom, then they had this thing called a TD snare, which I don't remember what that is. I did go to school at Blackbird, and I got to, you know, see them use all this stuff, be a part of those sessions, use some of the stuff. They also had the BBE snare, which was a sonic maximizer, which is like a $200 piece of outboard gear, and I'm not that big of a fan of it. All of those things, the way I would describe it is that the snare was very thwacky. Like it just had a lot of thwap. It was just very like, it had to be tamed. And so when I did my mix, we got another viewer. That's cool. Hey, please comment down below. You know, say hello. I'm going over everyone's mixes. Edgar was the winner. Congrats to him. He got the Baby Audio plugin bundle, so I'm excited about that. And then Blaze was the runner-up. I'm still figuring out a prize for him, but Blaze did a great job too. So I'll probably bounce back to those mixes. But anyway, let's see. So yeah, the snare drum from Blackbird. Really, what I did in my mix was I'd use the top and the bottom, and I compressed. The only thing I really did was compress the kick drums and the top snare drum and the bottom snare with the DBX 160 from Universal Audio. And those other snare mics, I just either didn't use them at all or tucked them in very low. So anyway, Marcus, cool mix, man. Let's move on to Christian. Let's see what he has going here. That's cool, man. That's an interesting mix. I don't know what it is with the low end. It just kind of sounds a little thin and a lot of reverb. It's an interesting mix. Yeah, the toms sound kind of cool. And then I'm getting this tambourine thing. I hear a lot of tambourine and shakers. Right now, that's kind of dominating. And honestly, the tambourine wasn't, the percussion wasn't really played awesome. And then two, I think I had to try to line it up. So maybe I messed up on that one. They tracked it at home. Yeah, the Baby Audio plugins are pretty cool. I'm hoping you're enjoying them, man. I really like the one I did a video on, the parallel compression plugin. I think that thing's badass. So as far as feedback goes for this mix, I'd just work on balance and, you know, kind of knowing the places of where percussion would sit and all that stuff. Yeah, so that's something definitely to work on, and getting a stronger kick and snare. There's just not a lot of low end in this mix. Yeah, so too much percussion. Let's see. All right, let's go to Jacob. Yeah, man, that plugin is awesome. It's a cool plugin. Actually, a lot of those plugins are very neat. So this is what I was talking about with the BBE and the TD. It still sounds pretty cool, but I can hear a lot of that flap. It does sound dry. I don't know. As far as the balance goes, it just kind of sounds a little bit muffled. No top end. Yes. Yep, exactly. And yeah, I'm hearing those TD snares and the BBE. Yeah, it sounds kind of muffled. And there again, that tambourine's poking out a little too much. I mean, to me, there is a balance. Like, the balance isn't bad. It sounds like things are kind of lacking some. There's something not right here. Yeah, there definitely needs to be some EQ, and just working on getting the kick drum and the snare drum to sound a little bit better. Let's see here for Sergi. Guitars sound good. Cut it close, but this ain't no disaster. It's all tied up with what comes after. I don't think you understand. Sometimes it's an interesting snare sound. Looking all the time just for something to do, and I get stuck in my. I feel like there's some samples going on. Nothing wrong with that. Definitely kind of sounds like The Police to me for some reason. I don't know. It is a pretty good balance. Toms sound good. They're at least poking through good. Yeah, snare is cool. Kind of sounds like a piccolo. I like where the background vocals are. I like the energy of this one. I remember talking to Sergi, but good point. Yeah, so some of you guys there again, my fault here. You probably didn't get all of the background vocals. I had to add them, so yeah. I'm still deciding on what the tracks are going to be for Beat My Mix 3. Like, this has been, last week was kind of a hellish week for me, just with getting sick. I think I have a cold. I don't have COVID, I know that much. And I'm still getting better. Today I was mixing a song that I'm thinking about using for Beat My Mix 3. Maybe I'll fire that up here in a sec. Oh yeah, well you still did good without the backup vocals. Yeah, I apologize. I don't know how I missed that. But overall that's a cool mix from Sergi. The snare is cool. I could use some reverb on the vocals for sure, a little bit more, a little dry. And I lose it every day. Baby, if it's all the same, it's just found to fade away. I definitely I feel like I hear triggers on most of the drums. Very punchy kick drum. I like that mix. It's a pretty good mix, Sergi. Yeah, man, those backup vocals are cool. Sorry, Edgar, and to everybody who didn't get them. Let's see here. Let's go to an Emilio. I see we got another viewer. Hello. You're welcome to leave a comment. I'd love to know who you are. Well, this is Emilio's mix. I like the kick. The bass is sitting pretty good. The snare sounds a little thin to me. Use a little bit more ambience, maybe some of those chambers. We'll check out the chorus and the bridge. They got the backup vocals. Yeah, I feel like the snare, something's going on there where the balance needs a little bit of tweaking, needs a bit of top end also. Yeah. I mean, and that, okay, so we'll go to my mix because that is a dark mix. It's interesting to kind of go back and forth. I feel like mine's a little bit dull. All right, so let's see. I think we are at Emilio. Let's go to Turan. Oop, let's not do that. That sounds cool. Guitars are a little bit higher top end. They definitely need to be more present. A little too much reverb. Hey guys, I appreciate you watching. Please say hello in the comments. I'd love to know who's watching. This is Turan's mix. I've been going through everyone's mix I've received so far. I like the kick drum. The percussion's a little too much. The vocals need to be a little bit more over top of the mix. And the guitars sound really thin and probably could be louder, less background vocals. You know, I don't mean any of this to be, I'm not trying to be, I don't know. I'm just saying what I hear. So, you know, it's meant to be constructive. We're all trying to grow here. So let's hear the bridge. If only I could know my name, I would paint it in your heart. There's something in the way, and I lose I think just a little too much reverb. The bass has a cool tone. It needs just missing the guitars a good bit, I think. And too much background vocals. But very cool. Thanks, Tran. Thank you to everybody who submitted a mix. I really do appreciate it. Let's go to Chris S here. Okay, this is... I think he cut out some guitars and stuff. We talked about this. Yeah. It's an interesting snare sound. I like the bass and the drums. I think the guitars were taken out on purpose. It's a mixed decision. You know, muting things always is, that is a mixing technique, right? The snare is very interesting. I would definitely want more like low end in the kick drum. It is punching through the mix. Let's hear the bridge. I would just say the effects are a little much. I do like the kick and the bass where they are right now. The snare feels like it's gated or something. I don't know. It feels choked. And so that's cool. I mean, he was, I talked with Chris, and he was definitely cutting things in and out on purpose, and that is cool. You're welcome to do that. Interpret the music however you want. So, all right, let's see. I think I already did. Okay, so we've gone through Jacob before. That was his old mix. Let's see what Andy has, what he's got for us. Snare is, I think, a little too compressed. Yep. It's that BBE channel, the TD snare. It's just too, it's kind of harsh, a little bit wacky. The vocals are sitting in a good place. I think the snare is the thing that's really, kind of bothering me. All right, well, I just checked out the stream. Is the music too loud? My voice not loud enough? All right, let me know in the comments. Let's see. All right, yeah, just Andy, I would work on the snare. It's a little thin, but you're not normally going to have 4 snare drums tracks to work with. So let's go on to Jack in Ireland. Hey Jack, if you're watching. So I know Jack had a really hard time with the percussion, and I don't know how he's printing these tracks. So yeah, he's got a process going on here that's a little. I know he works through a console, and yeah. The tambourine, the percussion, all that stuff, it's a little hot. It's just tough. I got to talk, Jack and I are going to do a Zoom call. We're going to talk about his process a little bit more, see where something weird is going on. That's all I can say. Let's check out Dave's mix. He was a winner of Beat My Mix 1. So I know Dave had some kind of chamber trick he was doing, where he was sending tracks to a reverb or something. But we definitely talked about his mix a good bit. He had a limited time to work on it. It just kind of sounds like there's some kind of, I don't know, some kind of reverb thing going on. I mean, I feel like the mix would be really good. I feel like something's weird, and we talked about it, but I still don't know. I'd have to get more answers from Dave on that one. I mean, it's hard for me to focus on. It just sounds muffled. It just sounds kind of like, it doesn't sound clear. It sounds like something weird's going on. So I don't know. We'll have to figure that one out. Giandre, yeah. Let's check out your mix, man. Here's some flanger. Definitely wish the guitars were a little bit louder. I think the kick and snare sound pretty good. The vocals sound good. Let's hear the chorus. Yeah, definitely need more guitars. Yeah, I'm missing the guitars a good bit. We'll check out the bridge. I feel like this is a theme. Yeah, I agree. Lead vocal, 2 up front. I kind of like the delay that he had going there. It's some interesting guitars. There's a lot of guitars on this song, so a lot of different stuff to choose from. I would work on bringing the drums out more, getting your guitars and up front a little bit, and then tucking in the vocals, especially for this band. That was one of the toughest things for me mixing this song, is I kept having to bring the vocals down. They really kind of needed to be tucked in well. Here's Eric H. Let's check out his mix. Nice. Like a chorus effect on the bass. That's cool. Yeah, I didn't do anything either to the guitars. I think that was one of the secrets, was just, you don't have to if it sounds good, you don't have to high pass, you don't have to do a bunch of EQ. If it sounds good, it is good. And really, I think the thing I've learned over doing these 2 Beat My Mixes and getting to listen to everyone mix is, most people struggle the most with balance. I mean, that's what mixing is really. We've got all this fancy crap. I mean, I mix on a console at church, and I've got EQ, compression, and some reverb sends, and that's it. I don't have plugins. I don't have any of this stuff. It's a digital board, but the most important thing is the balance. And that's what I've learned that's what people struggle with the most. And even today, I'll pull up the mix I was working on today. I'm struggling with the balance. Until I get that right, what I'm doing with plugins really doesn't matter. So you just gotta, it's getting that foundation. It's getting your kick drum to sit in the right place, getting a nice, today you've got to have a big kick drum. You've got to have a nice punchy kick. Whatever you're going for, the kick drum's got to be out front. The snare drum, it's got to drive, the kick and snare drive the songs. The vocals, they need to be placed somewhere with just over top of the snare. For this song particularly, like if I go listen to my mix, it's pretty much in line with the snare. but you got to tuck things in. You always have to be listening for balance, and I think that's the message so far. Get your kick drum right, get your snare drum right. Use references. Like, pull up a popular song that you like, and you don't have to make your snare drum sound like that per se, or pick out the elements you like. Like when I'm recording a band, it's better to if they have a snare drum sound they like, it's better to try to get that snare sounding like that in the room. If you're recording guitars, like this happened all the time when I was doing bands in my parents' basement. We'd record something and then they'd come and say, well, can you make it sound like Foo Fighters Everlong or something like that? Or, Jimmy Eat World. And we didn't record it that way. Once it's recorded, I'm not a magician. You guys aren't magicians. We can, yeah, less is more for sure. But, we're not magicians. It's better to start at the source. But all that to say that when you're mixing a track, though, you can pull in a track and say, okay, I like this snare. I'm going to try to emulate that snare sound. What'd you say? In your first mix, you had the vocal pan left and right, and then on the second one, I put it down the middle. Hey, man, how you doing? Yeah. Jagogo? How you doing, man? What's which mix? Or I don't know if what's the name on your mix? If you had one, if you participated, I'm sure you did. But anyway, yeah. So for the vocals, yeah, I don't pan vocals left and right. Like there's been a couple tracks I've done where we've doubled the vocals and we've had them at like 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock on the panning. But hey man, I do appreciate you tuning in. I don't know which mix is yours. If you did submit a mix, let me know which one and we can check it out. Oh, hey dude. Okay. Sergi, cool. We did listen to your mix. I can pull that one back up though, since you're on the stream now, or since I know you're on the stream, so we can check that one out. Let's make sure everything else is muted. Let's see here. Let's see the bridge. Yeah, the guitars sound good. Did you add some saturation or something? It's a solid mix, man. Yeah, it's punchy. Yeah, man, I dig that. Very cool. Let's see here. All right, so Zachary. Let's check out Zach. Thanks for tuning in, Sergi. I appreciate that you're here. I could use a little bit more snare, but the tone is good. Vocals could be just a hair, maybe a hair over top. Sample and transient shaper. Cool, man. It definitely had a different flavor than everyone else's. I'm sure a lot of people just used what was with it. It's totally cool adding samples. But yeah, like a transient designer, those things can be pretty badass. But I liked it. It was punchy, man. It's a solid balance. I could use a little more kick, a little more snare for Zach. Yeah, just pull out the drums a little bit more. The tambourine shaker are in an okay place. Man, those tambourines are the bane of my existence. Yeah, I agree, man. It's just balance. So if you're just tuning in, Mix B was done by Edgar. He he's in the comments there. If you want to say anything to Edgar, man, I got a Zoom call with him. He went over his whole mix. I'm going to post that later this week. We didn't really play it. I mean, you guys have obviously heard it. So yeah, but you can see some of the techniques he did. Let's check out Edgar's mix, and then I'm going to show you guys the song I've been working on today. The drums are just super punchy. Kick is big. Turn it up. Not your fault, man. I was also, yeah, Edgar saying he should have played it through the call. It was a Zoom thing. I mean, it's definitely possible to hear people's dolls at a Zoom, but it can be kind of a pain, so I didn't even try. It was honestly on me. I could have asked. I just think this is a really good balance, and the drums are very punchy. Vocals are in the right spot, and I can hear that lead guitar. I'm gonna go to the bridge.
If only I could know my name, I would paint it in your heart. But there's something in the way, and I lose it every day.
Those toms sound great.
It's all the same, it's just bound to fade away. 'Cause you're here then.
And he doesn't even have the backup vocals.
Just cannot do anything at all. Just not what comes.
So yeah, that's a great mix, man. You did a great job. Congratulations. Will the recording be broadcast? I'm sorry, man. Like, do you mean, are they going to use the mix, or what do you mean by that? Will it be broadcast? Not sure. This is Blaze. No backup. Yeah, no background vocals. So yeah, this is Axum Rise. You can find him on Instagram. He won the Beat My Mix, the first one, and he did a great mix too. The only thing, these toms right here bothered me. That's one of my, yeah, it just sounds triggered. He has a great top end on this mix. I really do dig the way he mixed drums and all that. It's a good mix.
There's something in the way, and I lose it every day. Maybe if it's all the same, it's just bound to fade away. 'Cause you're here, then you're gone. Down the road on and on. Just cannot do anything at all.
Yeah, cool. So let's see. All right, I'm going to go to the song I've been working on. This was actually, I've got a couple of songwriting partners, and or maybe bands at some point. And this guy, he sent me this song, and I kind of put drums to it, and it was a collaboration. I didn't play the drums; I easy drummed it, and yeah, so. But it was pretty much written in this room, and he recorded he recorded his vocals. He's actually a very talented recording dude. I'll show you guys his mix as well, because we're kind of competing. We're best mix wins. So let's see. All right, let's see. There it goes. I'm gonna put it at the beginning of this session here. This is maybe. This is a possible Beat My Mix song. It's Easy Drummer though.
She got me so damn cold. I feel the weight of 1,000 souls, and I know
This is an unfinished
guess it's time
mix.
to come out of the shadows.
And this is Pro Tools doing what it does. Man, I gotta tell you guys, I've got a Mac Studio, and this thing has been driving me nuts. I had to bounce down vocal tracks. The vocals are not, they're basically unmixed at this point.
Come, guess I better come clean.
Sounds crazy in these headphones. Let's see here.
And when the daylight breaks and I'm all alone, to feel the weight down in my soul. And you're never coming home, burning bridges with the matches that we built our house on. 'Cause she knows just how to kill the vibe I'm sending when I've been feeling brand new. Yeah, you know it's not
Yeah,
easy, right?
definitely rock and roll.
Out of the shadows like I'm feeling it
Thanks, man.
She got me so damn cold. I feel the weight of 1,000 souls.
I got this silly gunshot trigger thing going that it needs to come down and maybe not be compressed. But this thing is kind of funny. Thanks, man. Yeah, it's a cool song. It's kind of, it reminds me of early 2000s rock, like Switchfoot and Nickelback. A lot of people hate on Nickelback, but so this is a candidate for the next Beat My Mix. I don't think I'm going to post tracks until probably next week.
Guess it's time to come out.
Now, I really enjoyed this bridge here. Well, I wrote the bridge part. This is Arturia plugins on the keys. Yes, it does sound like Stained. Yeah, I know. I hear that too. Yeah, it's actually, the guitar was tuned down to C sharp minor tuning. I don't know, which is probably a Stained tuning.
I'm meant to die, but as the sunlight shines, you'll see me
Oh yeah.
rise with the shadows.
A lot of people hate on Nickelback, but they got some amazing sounding recordings. Not that this is there, but I actually was referencing Nickelback for some of this. Here's a little more modern swing on it. Yeah, this dude, he's got a cool voice too, man. He's a nice guy. So yeah, I'm still mixing this one. Here's the drums. I did break out Easy Drummer into like multiple tracks. It's okay, man. It'll be around. You were runner-up this time. I'm gonna try to figure out a prize for you probably next week sometime. Blaze. This is a song my buddy Dan and I have been writing in this room. I programmed the drums on Easy Drummer, and he programmed also the chorus or the bridge part and all that. It's a collaboration. He wrote the lyrics and the song idea, and then we just kind of ran with it. Thanks, man. So this is my gunshot trigger. I can so hear it. And I'm a pretty good bass player. Like, I'm a good bass player. This dude, like, I met him, it's kind of a funny story. Around Halloween, I put up some Craigslist ads, and he's in the area, and we just started writing music together. I do some production stuff. That's another idea for this Beat My Mix stuff. I'm I'm also doing some producing where it's kind of like I'd like to say here's some tracks, you know, beat my production or or write a song to it, you know. I'm always looking for people to collaborate with. I paid this drummer on Fiverr to record Yellow just because by Coldplay, just because I wanted to. I've been practicing my singing to that. It was a part of this vocal course, and I'm like, well, I'm just going to record it. You know, I want to do my own version of it. So I'm thinking, I don't know how I'll do that with copyright and all that, but I want to put that stuff out for. I want basically, I'd love to say, you know, beat my vocal. You know, I think that because I'm not that great of a singer, but I think that would be cool. But yeah, this song is going to be badass. So this is my mix, and here's Dan's mix. And there's Pro Tools crashing. And then here's my. So yeah, this song's called Out of the Shadows. It's by a guy named Dan. Well, actually, it's Dan Taylor and Chris Gooden. That's who I am. Hopefully he's cool with me saying his last name. Yeah, I'm gonna post this for sure. You're gonna, yeah, it'll be up on the channel for everybody to watch. So, yeah, man. Yeah, they are. And originally, this was just an easy drummer track, and I had put Bus Force on it, which I love this plugin. I love the overdrive on it, and then I put let's see, I'm doing it again too, but I've done this twice now. But the Devil Lock using the effects rack. I love the effects rack. Yeah, man, that was Edgar. He's actually in the comments, man. He won. He did a pretty cool mix. So definitely check it out in the live stream. I mean, it's on the SoundCloud too. But yeah, Devil Lock is one of my favorite things. But what I'll do is I'll make a beat with Easy Drummer, trying to not make it sound like a robot. And then I'll usually have Bus Force on it, Devil Lock, and then also this plugin by XLN Audio. This is an awesome plugin too, the RC20. This thing, actually, I really like the low filter for drums. Yeah, this is a great plugin for mixing drums. I usually don't have the noise or wobble on, but yeah, RC20 is another one. But normally it just starts with Easy Drummer. I'm at the point though where I've been paying drummers on Fiverr, and then I have some drummers around as well. I'm going to show you guys one more mix, one more song that's an option for Beat My Mix. I'm just waiting. My buddy, he's supposed to come over and finish vocals for this song. We recorded it at the cabin, and we just haven't gotten to finish it yet. But this song is this is really a cool song too. This is kind of like, it's like White Stripes-ish. The drummer we had on it was very simple, and he did a great job. He learned the song that day. So I'm gonna try to not blow you guys away here. Let me make sure I don't have a mastering plugin on, which I don't. And I don't know why Pro Tools on these sessions, sometimes the tracks I have hidden, they just pop back up. I don't get that, man. I've about had it with Pro Tools. Could you download the T? I haven't downloaded the T-Rax. I looked up that tape plugin from Black Rooster Audio, and it's not free anymore. It's like $50. I might reach out to them anyways. They'd be a cool company to try to collaborate with. But that was a cool tape plugin, and I'll definitely. So people are gonna get to see your chain. So that's another thing, guys, that we did a Zoom call, and Edgar went over his whole mix and his plugins and all that jazz. So, and that's very cool. So this song's called Falling Down, and it was recorded at the cabin. Well, the drums were recorded at the cabin. Actually, the guy who wrote the song, Jason, he wasn't there. All right, so here you go. I need to check out the T-Rax EVQ.
I fell off of that hill before. I ain't climbing up it.
For Jason, that's his scratch vocal. I'm not gonna embarrass him. This isn't mixed, this is just the raw stuff. These are real drums recorded at the cabin. I do have my DVX 160 on there. That's the drums at the cabin, very flat. Yeah, man, I would have just bought it today, but I'm kind of saving a little bit. But this is a fun song. So we're still recording on this. This would have been the next Beat My Mix song, but we aren't done with vocals. It's been, he was sick, now I've been sick. All that. And then we still got a solo to do. Thanks, man. The drummer did a great job. I mean, I'm not going to do too much to these drums. They sound good just by themselves. But this is the cabin again. Live drums. I really enjoy the room sounds at the cabin. It's a little less live than the Barons track was. Thanks, man. Yeah, I recorded that bass. And what am I doing here? Just using my Sans amp setting here in Pro Tools. This is always cool. And then I got the this guy, the Fatterator. And then Pro Q in it, a little dynamic. I love the Pro Q, man. This thing is my favorite EQ. Yeah, man, the cabin is an awesome place. The guitar player from the Milestones, he's a singer. He didn't sing on the song you guys mixed. CJ, he's a singer for the Milestones and a guitar player as well. He does the lead stuff, or they both do lead. But in the song you guys mixed, Lady Morphine, I think he was doing the lead during the chorus. He owns the cabin. CJ's a cool story, man. That dude, I've been working with the Milestones since 2016. That's another idea is so they recorded a couple songs back when I had a studio in my parents' basement. It was only 2016, yeah. That was last year. I had a studio in my folks' house, and then they had to move. But yeah, we recorded a couple songs there. Yeah, Fab Filter is awesome, isn't it? I love that plug-in. I just got it. I'm late to that party. Yeah, okay, I'll name drop. When I was in Nashville, I got to intern for Ryan Hewitt, and that dude, he would use the Fab Filter all over the place. I don't know why it took me, I don't know, like 8 years for me to buy that plugin, but that's that EQ is awesome. And the Out of the Shadows, the kind of stained, nickel, whatever you want to call it, that kind of, I'd call it like 2000s butt rock. Whatever you want to call that. The Fab Filter's all over that song. So I lost my train of thought now. But oh yeah, so I recorded some songs with the Milestones back at my basement, and then they went to Blackbird and re-recorded those songs. But those are tracks too that they posted. We released them. They're pretty cool songs. Pretty great recordings for recording in a basement. I might put those tracks up as well. I don't know if I have them on this drive, but yeah, there's a lot of ideas. I'm thinking either this song, if I can get Jason to finish vocals on Wednesday, or Out of the Shadows, but I think we're going to have to release Out of the Shadows. That's another thing I'm thinking for Beat My Mix 3 is what I want to do, and maybe we'll do it for this song. I think Jason would be cool with it, where when these tracks are done, you guys mix, I'm going to mix it, you guys mix it, and then best mix wins. Whoever's mix is the best one, we'll put it out. There'll probably be some kind of prize, but don't quote me on this. Eventually, I want to get to a place where you guys, if you guys get the mix, you guys win that mix and you get the credit, and then we'll pay you something for it. I think that would be a really cool prize. Yeah. So that's one of the things I'm thinking. I'm getting ahead of myself though, and So, okay, I'll get to the point at this point where I guess, yeah, that's kind of where we're headed. I think there's a couple songs out there that I'll put out next. I've got drives full of music from the last 12 years. I don't really want to go back like 8 years or whatever, or just keep going back to the my my basement days, but that's probably going to happen a good bit. I want to get you guys mixing some of the new music that we're doing. That's cool, man. Yeah, I'm I'm glad to have you guys participating. Yeah, the credit would be cool, wouldn't it? I think that'd be awesome. So I think Jason wouldn't care. So I think we'll try to do that for this song when it's done. There's just listening to it now. There's some stuff we got to do. We're not finished recording this song, but this will be coming up. And then I almost started a Patreon page. I mean, I have started one, but I think I'm gonna just keep pushing that down the line. I want to keep the tracks free. Um, Thanks, man. Yeah, totally. Like, mix credit, maybe even, yeah, I see a lot of things for the future of Beat My Mix. I really appreciate everyone that's participated. It's been an awesome response. I never anticipated it. I mean, 20 people submitted, and out of, I'll be honest with you guys, I was doing Zoom calls over the first 2 years of this YouTube channel where I was kind of helping people with building a home studio or whatever questions they had. And I had clients at one point where I was basically consulting, which I never thought I would do that, but I was basically consulting. I only got 70 emails. I had like 250,000 views over the 2 years, which, some people get that in a video. It's not a lot, but this channel's been a grind. It's been a slow thing. And so, yeah, the free Zoom call thing, that only got me 70 emails. For Beat My Mix 1, I got 70 emails within a week, like of people downloading the tracks. So I guess people want those tracks, which is great. And then we had 8 in the first one. It was cool to be able to give a prize out. And then this one for Baby Audio to step up. Thank you to Baby Audio for that, because that was really cool. And I think they're willing to do more. So I don't want to go right back to them though. So the next one will probably be another Amazon gift card, and then, yeah, we'll do some free tracks. But I just want to keep going and keep growing this community. And yeah, for me to get 70 emails on the first Beat My Mix, that was amazing. And now for you guys, almost 20 people submitted. I think it's just going to continue to grow. So if you have any friends that want tracks, also I'm going to make a new link where the first two, the Barons tracks and the Milestones, the first 2 contests, those tracks are going to live on Google Drive. I'm kind of thinking about starting a Discord, but I know nothing about Discord. Patreon was kind of like, I don't know. I kind of feel like that's lame. I don't know, but yeah, I'm still thinking about all that stuff. So I appreciate you guys watching and listening to me ramble about this stuff. But I'm open to ideas. If you got any yeah, man, thanks, Edgar, man, I really appreciate that. The other thing is when we get to a place where we have a community, I want us to be able to have voting, and that might be where Patreon comes in. But what I'm thinking too is the people who have won, Edgar and Blaze, you guys, to me, you'd get a badge, and I think you guys would be able to kind of have a say in, I think the winner circle should have a say in who wins these contests. People should get some kind of special vote out of that. But, I'm not trying to like segregate people in that way. Maybe that's a weird word for it, but there's going to be tiers if I do the, yeah, man, I think the winners should have a say and should be able to do feedback. And that's another thing, is I want a place for people to post their mix and for everyone to be able to comment on it like we're doing now. So yeah, but anyway, I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, I think the future is bright. We're going to keep doing this stuff. So I don't think the next track, I think I put Beat My Mix out one at the end of, right around the new year. And then I'm trying to do one a month. Honestly, I still feel like crap. Like yesterday I felt a lot better. Today it kind of smacked me around. I kind of feel like I've been listening out of a tin can. Trying to mix when you have a cold is not a good idea. But anyway, I'll say I think sometime next week I'll try to get you guys some more tracks and post the next video and yeah, figure out what I'm gonna do. But that's great. You guys have enjoyed Out of the Shadow, man. I'm excited about that song and that project. That guy's massively talented, great songwriter. So thank you guys so much for watching and participating. Beat My Mix 3, we're gonna figure that out next week. And I'll be making a video, shooting out some emails. If you have any questions or suggestions or any of that jazz, shoot me an email at homestudiorescue@gmail.com. Thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you on the next one. All right, peace.